The next item on our agenda is the State of the Congregation Address. Good evening, members of Har Sinai Oheb Shalom congregation, and happy summer solstice. A year ago, I stood here in awe of my job ahead. Tonight, I stand here in awe of this amazing congregation. Over the past few months, I have begun a self-exercise that I have shared with the Board of Trustees. In the days leading up to our meeting, I compile a list of all that we have accomplished since our last meeting. I call it my KVEL list. Please indulge me as I share with you my KVEL list for the year since we last met. The lawyer in me says the numbers are approximate, and I am certain that I have missed important events and people, and I truly apologize in advance. But here goes. We had weekly Shabbat services, including 5 special Shabbats with congregation-wide dinners, with approximately 150 adults and children in attendance. We had 11 B'nai Mitzvah. We had a Pride Shabbat, special Shabbats honoring anniversaries, birthdays, and committees, and many Havdalah ceremonies. We had weekly Torah study with an average of 18 in attendance, and weekly Torah Tuesdays with an average of 35 in attendance. We had many life cycle events, baby namings, urfs, including Cantor Marcus's, weddings, conversions, funerals, and unveilings. I did not count. We had daily morning Mazer Minyan. We had visiting musicians, including Joe Buchanan, thank you, Brotherhood, Neshama Carlbach, Rabbi Or and Feliza Zohar, and Rabbi Noam Katz. We had participation by our own God singers, band, adult choir, and assorted congregants. We promoted Andrew Stewart to be our music director. We're so fortunate. We had a full cycle of holidays, big and small, which also included a sukkah in our driveway, thank you again to Brotherhood, a carnival, a women's Seder, thank you Diana Hegman and Dana Farbman, second night Seder, a spiel marvelously directed by Glenn Ulick, and late night study. We signed both our clergy to new contracts. Yes, that was this fiscal year. We had several community scholar and residence weekends. We had several adult learning programs, including Matthew Taylor on Christian nationalism, speakers on Israel, and our own Jeff Berger speaking on the Supreme Court. Thank you, co-chairs of the Adult Learning Committee, Sharon and Phil Sagal. The Chalev Prince visited us. We had 92 children in our religious school led by Bill Bronstein. We had 3 family ed days and 3 confirmands last week. We had family, youth, millennial, teen, madrachim, young adults, and other age-targeted programming, thanks to Lindsay Geister-Montague. We had a thriving Learning Ladder program led by Meredith Zuckerman and Sarah Fletchner. When Meredith took over in 2021, we had 43 children in the Learning Ladder. And this year, we had 71 children enrolled with waiting lists for infant and toddler classrooms, which means 6 out of our 9 classes have waiting lists. Almost every Sunday, we eat, pray, learn, and do good. The learning portion has included various speakers, bagels and book conversations, and programs with an emphasis on social justice. We had spice classes throughout the year. Thank you, Sherry Bell. We had guest speakers and joint speaker programs throughout the community. We dedicated the Patty and Monroe Zephyr Dream Kitchen. We had a Gordon Trust concert, and we permanently hung our name on the Greenenbaum Sanctuary entrance. We had security training for staff and congregants, thank you to Rob Jones and Harold Williams, and upgrades in security throughout our campus, thank you to Sam Danziger and Mark Levin, co-chairs of our building committee. We had 10 Brotherhood programs, thanks to Glenn Ulick, Brotherhood president, including speaker breakfasts, building the sukkah, pop-up events around town, Oriole games, weekend backpack packs, supporting the scouting program, plus ushering for all services and providing important financial support, God bless you, to HSOSC in a variety of instances. We had many women's club programs thanks to co-presidents Sherry Bell and Susan Yaffe, including happy hours, bingo, Hanukkah dinner, breakfast speakers, trivia night, and feed your soul night with Kaya and an intergenerational tea. The Women's Club also renovated and opened the shop this year and provided camperships for overnight Jewish camps and financially supported HSOSC very generously in many ways. We had 8 Kaya events, including a breakfast, working with Topaz and the Women's Club, an October 7th conversation, Hanukkah dinner, and attending a rally for Israel. We also increased Israel programming after October 7th, including standing in solidarity with Israel, organizing events and speakers, attending several marches and gatherings, and collecting items for soldiers, as well as hosting both the Empty Shabbat table and the weekly Run for Their Lives. We had many Topaz programs thanks to our co-chair Cheryl Jacobs and Mina Wender, including Adopt a Highway, thank you to Noel Levy, Ronald McDonald House Dinners, thank you to Eileen Pizer, Bunches of Lunches, thank you Terry Wilner, and Bunches of Lunches with Friends. We had weekend backpacks, thank you Stu Dettelbach, postcard writing, and IRC hygiene collections, thank you to Donna Raimondi. 2 new committees joined our list of hardworking volunteers. The Communication Committee, thank you to Janelle Diamond and Julie Filderman, and the Youth and Family Committee, thank you co-chairs Jeff Berger and Victor Jackson. And our Worship, Ritual, and Spirituality Committee began its work this year as well. Thank you to Debbie Jacobs and Adam Rosenberg. We had our first Neshot Mitzvah Shabbat at HSOSC with 9 women, and the beginning of our second cohort, now called Anshe Mitzvah, which has 6 participants. We had an extremely successful annual fund, thank you to co-chairs Katie Appelfeld and Vicki Spira, and hot off the press, the Baltimore Jewish Times Best of Jewish Baltimore 24 awards are officially released tomorrow. But as of yesterday, we won first place for the Best Judaica Shop, and runner-up for the best family-friendly Shabbat service, and also runner-up for the best alternative Shabbat service programming. Let's wait and see if tomorrow more categories are posted. As I said, I truly stand here in awe of this congregation. At this point, in reporting on the state of the congregation, I am here to tell you that we are in a very strong position. As of today, it appears that we will be ending the year on a strong financial note while drawing less than 4% from our endowments, a much lower percentage than in past years. We have operated this year with a lean staff and have significantly decreased many of our expenses. We have developed financial policies and guidelines to enable the congregation to function more effectively and efficiently. Collection of dues and other fees were 5% higher this year than budgeted, and we also had a 43% increase in general giving from last year. Our annual fund had 100% board participation this year, and we had the largest number of gifts than either legacy congregation has seen in years. We significantly exceeded our expectations, and from the bottom of my heart, I thank every person who gave. But we cannot sit back. Dues, fees, and our endowment draw still only covers approximately 60% of our annual spend. We have hard work ahead, but I believe we are poised and ready to roll up our sleeves and continue next year what we have started this year. In the upcoming fiscal year, we will begin a process to determine congregational goals and priorities to help shape our future. A task force will be created, and you will hear more about it as we determine the process. We will also continue to work hard to keep HSOSC financially responsible in all that we do, while continuing to provide inspiring services, meaningful program, and endless learning opportunities. This year, we will be celebrating the 5th anniversary of our merger. I still find it amazing how fast and far we have come in our short life. Please put the weekend of November 22nd on your calendar to celebrate us. I would be remiss if I ended my comments without thanking so many people who make HSOSC the warm, welcoming, and wonderful place it is. Rabbi Sabbath and Cantor Marcus, who are the actual heartbeat of HSOSC, Lee Sherman, who keeps HSOSC running and who we will miss when he steps down, Justin Reagan, who gets the word out about what's happening at HSOSC, and Marlene Pacino, who keeps everything and everyone in line. Bill Bronstein, who tirelessly teaches congregants of all ages, Lindsay Geister-Montague, who plans so many wonderful activities for our kids, teens, young adults, and others, Stacy Smith, who does everything with his famous smile, along with his tireless and dedicated crew, Sylvia, Simon, Mike, Shay, Jerome, and Jordan, Meredith Zuckerman and Sarah Fletchner, who run our amazing Learning Ladder and have a fabulous staff, Estelle Standiford, who greets every person and phone call as if they were her family, our religious school teachers who teach our kids, and our beloved Rabbi Emeriti, Rabbi Herman and Rabbi Berlin, along with Cantor Gerber, all of whom we are so lucky to have as part of our community. And then there are our volunteers. HSOSC would not be able to do half of what we do without our volunteers. Our auxiliaries and committee chairs and committee members who provide programming, planning, community, and support to HSOSC, I thank you all. The time, talent, and heart you give to us is so appreciated. And finally, to the 23-24 Executive Committee and Board of Trustees. We could not be successful without your leadership, participation, and hard work. A special thank you to Karen Oppenheimer and Sherry Bell, who are leading the board. We will say a proper thank you to you both shortly. And then, most importantly, a thank you to each of you. You, the congregants, are why we do all we do. Thank you for making Har Sinai Oheb Shalom your chosen home. Whether you come to everything or you just attend High Holy Days or a Yortzeit, you are what makes us special. And now, looking forward, I welcome Ed Wender to the 24-25 Board of Trustees. I also thank Jamie Kravitz and Mark Jensen for continuing for another term on the board. I truly look forward to working together with each of you and the entire 24-25 Executive Committee and Board of Trustees for the year to come. As I said, I started last year in awe of the job. Now I truly am in awe of the congregation. And next year, I hope I will be in awe of all we have accomplished. Thank you all for the faith, support, and love as I begin my second year as president of this sacred community.